Hi y'all. This is a video of my completed pages for October. And I think I counted 9. I might have more. Okay. This book is called Dimensions by Francois Gautier. And it is a very fascinating book. All these different pictures of that you can color a certain way and it looks like it's going to pop out of the page. So this is the first one I tried. On this one, I used mostly Prismacolors, which is usually what I use. I don't believe I used any sparkly stuff. Maybe I did use a little bit of Sakura white Jelly Roll to put dots on the water. The next is from Autumn Charm. I'm not perfectly happy with the way this one turned out, but it was one of the first ones I used my Ohuhu pastel markers on. And you can see that there. And I was playing around with that, and I used Prismacolor and some gel glitter pins and acrylic marker on top. If I were to go back and redo or add, I'd probably work on this hat a little bit and I don't know, maybe go over some of those black lines so they're not. But I am happy with the sunflowers. I really like how they came out. I like them, and little scarecrow and the blue outfit. So I mean, I do like some things about it, but not everything turned out exactly like, but that's okay. It happens. All right, then, hey, did I do any more in this one? I did, but that comes later. Did I put that? Yeah. I did another one out of that book. Okay, and this one, Crunchy Charm. Let's start with the one in the back first. So I was a little more adventurous with the alcohol markers, and you can see, you know, it makes this interesting pattern on the back. This chair was originally with Mark Arts, and I decided, since it wasn't completely done, that I would just go back and use alcohol markers. So that's what I did, and I have a little bit of sparkly in there on the words and here. I was learning about how to add like a grays or just more of this one color to make kind of a shadow there, and it's a learning experience, like on the wood, you know. And I did not go back and go over it with a pencil of any kind. I just left it as is. I thought about going over it again, but probably won't. That was a good learning experience. Okay, and this one I did with the alcohol markers again, but then I put Prismacolor on the top and some metallic paint, or metallic pin there. And here I just wanted to give it a general color and then go over it again with either some more marker or with pencil, and kind of bring out some of the shadows. And I worked on this road. I got the idea for the colors from, I think it's a Colorful Country Life, and just, you know, I like it. I like the barn. I like the shadows. This part of the barn, if you have this book and you haven't colored it yet, this part looked strange to me until I realized this was an interior bit of the picture, and so I made that darker. But I really enjoyed working on the trees and the road and the wood posts. I really would have liked to done a little better on that mailbox, but I do like the milk jugs and of course the cows. So there's that one. Okay, the next one was the Symphony of Animals, Cute Animals. This one I did earlier on. And I was watching, I think it's called CB's Coloring Channel. And she was doing it was a color and chat, but she did do a little bit of tutorial as to what color she used. And I believe she was using a different, I can't even think now what it was, pencil she was using, but I just kind of looked and guesstimated at some of the colors in Prismas. And she was talking about how this paper, and I've heard it before, doesn't do Prismas very well, but you know, I got him to do it just fine. I believe she actually used Prismas in the bottom here, so I really like this little squirrel, and I enjoyed working on this apple and just the different shading. I wanted to add, I don't know if I'll go back, but I wanted to add some more shading under the shoe just to kind of show that it's sitting on something. And I put a little shading around the mole. I think he's a mole. Just to kind of show that he's sitting here. And I haven't done anything with the back, or I didn't do anything. I might not, but I enjoyed doing that one. Let's see what paper it was. So what pages in this book do y'all like? There's so many I'd like to do, like the kitty, and I still want to do the pumpkin with the cats. Very cute. And I like the mice in their laboratory. So that's kind of neat. All right, the next one. This one I did earlier on in the month. It was one I wanted to get to last month. In fact, I wanted to get to it in a lot of months, but I finally did it for this month. This is the Filipino eagle in the Fragile World. And I followed the tutorial of Elena on Coloring with Elena. And I just love the way she did her eagle, that I wanted to get this book and do that eagle too. And I had just a great time with the clouds and different colors in it, and you know, to blend them and all sorts of things. And like with most of my pictures, I've got to have a little sparkle in it, and I don't know if you can see that. There's some gold bits on the kind of the golden feathers here, and I put a little bit of a black glitter pin in around the eyes, and up here some stickles on the mountain. She had us she just did make those waterfalls coming out down from the mountains, and I thought that would look good with some stickles, and then a little bit of stickles on the water that sort of blends into the clouds. I had a great time learning on that one, and just kind of stretching myself in some areas, like some more shading and using different mediums. I'm thinking I did use a little bit of, what was that? What did I use here? Oh, it's some other pen, acrylic marker. So that's the only one I did from here. But I love this book, so I'm sure I'll do another one from there in November. And I really wanted to work on something from Asia, and I found a video, a tutorial by Colorful Country Life. And this is there's a lot of pink and peach. I like peach, a lot of pinky colors. And it's a little stretch for me because I'm not a terribly big fan of pink, especially almost like a hot pink color. But I wanted to do this to learn about how these colors work together. And I did a little deeper shading than she did, just because I wanted to feel like almost that it was a 3D kind of effect. I'm not sure I accomplished that, but it does look different than right before I put the shading in. And I've got some sparkle pen here, and on the eye, I think that's some stickles. No, that's a sparkle pen too. The Stardust. Yeah, I used the Stardust in that. And I used a little more glitter here on the strawberry pits there, and put some here on the flowers. So I'm very happy at how that came out. I really like that. I can't wait to do another picture. This one was from the Autumn book, and I decided to try to make it look like what Teresa Goodrich did here in the back page example. And I think I did all right. There might be a few things, like there's a little more blue in him than in the pony than here, but I like it. Yeah, if I could go back and do anything else, I might make some of the shadows a little deeper in places, but I still like how it turned out. Had a good time learning about just blending different colors together. I mean, I had to put my Prismacolor little swatch cards up next to the picture and kind of guesstimate what that might be, or what I could use to achieve that the same color. And so I did. Had a good time doing that, and I used a little bit of marker, not too much, a little bit on the corn stalks and on that one little pumpkin there. I'm especially proud, I think, of the scarecrow coat and pants. Really had a good time with that one. And the last one I'd like to show you is from Circle of Life. Yes, I actually took it out of the book. My intention was to put it on my copier scanner and scan in the picture, and so I could post it on some different social media, but it's too wide for that spot, so it's just gonna remain a separate page, obviously. And this one, I got inspiration from Coloring with Kay here on YouTube, and she didn't have a tutorial for this, but I was just looking at the picture of her in her completed pictures video, and I believe it was for September, and I just kind of guesstimated as to what she was using. I used a lot of different things on this one. The background, I used the King Arts gel sticks, and that's what they look like. And on top of that, now of course I'm looking for it and I can't find it, I put the gel on top of the Caran d'Ache. Here it is. It's a little thing, but on this side it's very smooth, and on this side it's bumpy. I'm not sure what you might put on the back side, maybe more liquidy media, but on here you just rub this on there like that. You can mix colors too if you want to, and then you take something like these little stencil brushes, which I love these. I love these. I've got the three, the big, the medium, and the small. This is the medium size. And then I just took it up with this brush and then just dotted around. Now I've got blue. What am I going to do with that? I don't know. Yeah, so I just looked at and tried to see what she was using, what colors, and then decide, well, I think this looks like this color, and just played around with it. And she just used all different things, and I brought out some glitter watercolors on some of these things, like the balls here, and this actually has this. Sorry, I keep saying this has the Sakura Jelly Roll Stardust pins on here, and on the butterfly, part of the butterflies, and on the dots, and then a little bit of glitter paint on the acorns, top of the acorns, and the moon, sun, not sure what that's supposed to be, I guess moon. And just had a great time. I used some color choices from another page that I had finished, and just kind of used some of them here on the squirrels. I tried a little bit of paint here, which is kind of a boo-boo, but it works out fine. I use Prismacolors and Black Widows. I've been wanting to do this page for a while, and I said, all right, I like how Coloring with Kay did it, so let's go over there and see if I can't match some of the colors in my different sets. Let's see, I think I also used Mark Arts and Sue Colors on that one. The Scarecrow. The map. Did I finish the map? I did, y'all. I forgot about this one. I forgot I finished this one. I started it in September and I finished it. It is the map. The Europa map. And let's see, I've got Mark Arts and Bootfuner macarons. That's mostly what I used on here. And I've got some gel sparkle pins and a little bit of stick holes. So I did actually finish 10 pages this month. And a little bit more Stardust here. And I did a like a color and chat on this one. It probably had 7 different ones, which was probably too long, but anyhow, that's my 10th page. Yay! So back to this one. What am I trying to tell you? Yeah. Now the Fragile World, I have to say, I also used Mark Arts and Sue Colors on those, and Black Widows. I just use, those are pretty much the ones I use if I use more than one kind. Here's the squirrel one. It was the very last one. Alright, so I've got Mark Arts and Prismacolors mostly on these. And let's see, Mark Arts, Prismacolors, and Black Widows on this one. So I'm really pleased with how it came out, despite me missing one of the leaves over here. So thank you, Coloring with Kay, for giving me the inspiration on this page. Okay, y'all. Well, y'all have a good night. I'll see you later. Bye.